Hello, good evening students. In today class, we have discussed model number 1, Ohm's law as well as Kirchhoff's laws. So before this, already we have studied some basic concepts related to basic electrical engineering, that is atomic structure, distribution of electrons, charge, positive charge, negative charge, concept of electric current, electric potential, potential difference, EMF and DC circuit. These all things we have studied, but there is no possibility of questions getting from this section, but these are fundamentals requires before entry of basic electrical engineering. So today onwards we are entering in model number 1. So the actual questions are coming from today's class and onwards. So very first, model number 1, A part, DC circuits. So what do you mean by DC circuit? It is the route taken by the flow of DC current. In which circuit the current closed? If the circuit is closed, then current will flow. That means the route intended or route taken by the flow of DC current is called DC circuit. DC circuit mainly consists a battery, that is voltage source, and connecting wires and load. Load may be lamp, either iron box or motor or lamp, a conductor, whatever may be electrical appliance, that is known as load. If the DC source is applied, that means battery is applied of potential difference of V volts, then it will create the flow of charge carriers. That means electrons will flow from lower potential to higher potential, which results the flow of conventional current I ampere from higher potential to lower potential through the load circuit as shown in figure. So number 1, Ohm's law. As per statement, this law states that at constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor is proportional to potential difference between its ends. This statement carries 2 marks. Explanation: consider a DC circuit as shown in figure. A battery of V volts is connected to a conductor AB which has the resistance of R ohms. The battery is having a potential difference of V volts and it is connected to A, conductor A, through the wire, and from negative terminal to B part of conductor through the another wire. Hence the circuit results a closed condition. Hence the charge carriers flow of electrons or occurs from lower potential to higher potential through the lamp, that is from negative terminal to positive terminal of battery through the load circuit. Opposite way the conventional current will flow, that means I ampere conventional current will flow from higher potential to lower potential as shown in circuit diagram. That means positive terminal to negative terminal through the load circuit. Hence V be the applied voltage, I be the resultant current. The battery is a DC source of V volts, hence there is a development of DC current of I ampere. As per Ohm's law, I is proportional to V. I is the current, V is voltage as shown in equation number 1. Hence same equation may be rewritten as ratio of V by I. Ratio of V by I is a constant. This constant is termed as resistance. Resistance in ohms. As per Ohm's law, resistance R for a given electric circuit equal to ratio of V by I ohms. Or you have to remember, for so many calculations, voltage drop, we want to calculate voltage drop. Voltage drop equal to I into R, where I is the current, R is the resistance of ohms. Remember. After the statement and explanation, if question also asked to mention the limitations of Ohm's law, this part also is very important. It may carries again 2 marks. So the limitation of Ohm's laws are: number 1, it is not applicable for non-linear circuits. It is only applicable for linear devices. Number 2, it is also not applicable for non-linear devices such as diodes, Zener diodes and voltage regulator of electronic circuits. Number 3, it does not holds good for non-metallic conductors such as silicon carbide. In this condition, this law for such conductors is given by V equal to K I to the power of M, where K and M are known as constants. Number 2, Kirchhoff's laws. Another possibility of WITI question paper: state and explain of Kirchhoff's laws. Here we are having 2 types of laws in Kirchhoff's laws. One is called current law, another one is called voltage law. You have to write both statements and both explanations. It may carry 6 to 8 marks. Sir, number 1, Kirchhoff's first law or Kirchhoff's current law. It states that in any electrical network of conductors, the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point or junction is 0. You have to write only one line. This will give 2 marks. Or in other words, the sum of incoming currents towards any point is equal to sum of outgoing currents from that point. So one statement you practice in which circuit? In any electrical network of conductors, the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. This statement you remember. This may give 2 marks. Then explanation, again 2 marks. In explanation, consider a part of electrical network of conductors as shown in figure. There are 4 conductors are joined at a point or a junction A. Let I1, I2, I3, I4 be the respective currents are flowing in the conductors. That means in conductor 1, I1 is the current flowing. In conductor 2, I2 is the current flowing. In conductor 3, I3 be the current. Similarly, in conductor 4, I4 be the current flowing. Again, some currents are incoming or entering to the point A, and some currents are outgoing from point A or leaving from point A. Assume always incoming currents are to be positive towards the point, and current leaving from the node or junction is to be assumed as negative. Incoming currents are positive, outgoing currents are negative. Hence, from the Kirchhoff's current law, we shall write. So, observe the diagram. You have to draw the diagram. How many currents are there? 4 currents are there. I1 is current incoming. I2 is current incoming. I3 is current outgoing from point A. I4 is current outgoing. So, once again, incoming currents are positive, outgoing currents are negative. Hence, we develop an expression with the help of KCL, that is I1 plus I2 plus minus I3, because current I3 is outgoing. plus minus I4. I4 is also outgoing. These two currents are negative, equal to 0. Therefore, you expand I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4 equal to 0. Then you separate one side incoming, one side outgoing. Therefore, we shall write I1 plus I2 equal to I3 plus I4. Hence, the sum of incoming currents I1 plus I2 is equal to sum of outgoing currents, that is I3 plus I4. Then this explanation can give 2 marks. Statement 2 marks. Second law, Kirchhoff's second law or Kirchhoff's voltage law. First statement, in any closed electric circuit or mesh, the algebraic sum of voltage drops across the resistances plus the algebraic sum of EMFs in that path of the circuit is 0. This is some statement, only thing you have to practice. In which type of circuit again? In any closed electric circuit. You develop the sigma IR plus sigma EMF equal to 0. Sigma means algebraic sum. Algebraic sum of voltage drops plus algebraic sum of EMFs in that path of the circuit is 0. So practice, sir. It will give 2 marks. In explanation part, you have to draw the diagram A, B, C, D, A. A, B, C, D, A be the one of closed path of the circuit or closed loop. Let I be the current. Here it is only one loop. It is possible to assume only one current. Let I be the current flowing through in electrical circuit with different arms. AB is one arm, consists resistance R1. BC is another arm, consists resistance R2. CD is another arm, consists resistance R3. DA is another arm, consists a battery of E volts. So now, how we have to consider voltage drops positive and negative? So for that, we have to assume if loop direction and current directions are same, then there is a fall in potential. If loop direction and current direction are in opposite in consideration of resistance cases, there is a rise in potential. Rise in potential is taken as positive. Hence, you see there A to B, I is the current, R1 is the resistance. I into R1, loop direction A to B, current flowing direction is also A to B. Hence, there is a fall in potential. I into R1 is the voltage drop. It is negative, fall in potential. Similarly, from B to C, again loop direction and current direction both are same. Current is also flowing from B to C. Loop we are moving from B to C. Hence, both directions are same. Again, fall in potential. Number 3, in CD part, again I is the current flowing, R3 be the resistance. Both loop direction, current direction are same. Hence, again there is a fall in potential. Now, D to A, there is no resistance plus there is a battery EMF source of E volts. We are moving from D to A. In battery condition, only we have to take loop direction. It doesn't depend current direction. So, D to A, that is negative to positive terminal of battery, there is a rise in potential. Understand? Then you develop the expression. As per Kirchhoff's voltage law, then we have to develop the expression. Minus I into R1 plus minus I into R2 plus minus I into R3 because all three are fall in potential, therefore I taken minus. Then plus E, that is rise in potential, equal to 0. Sigma I into R plus sigma EMF is equal to 0. Hence finally we are going to get E equal to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. Then if you take I as common, then it is possible to calculate I equal to E divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3. Getting the idea? Sir, these two laws are very, very important throughout your journey of degree and any branch of engineering. But electrical peoples, these two laws, Ohm's law and this Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, are basic stones to develop the building. If you are developing very correct understanding, then it will give more easy to higher semesters. So how you take the sign for resistance as well as battery conditions? Here are the tips. It is not necessary to write in examination, but understanding, while understanding is required, you can remember and practice. So rise in potential is always taken as positive. Rise, step up. Fall in potential, it is already taken as negative. So first one, resistance condition. Resistance condition, it depends on loop direction as well as current direction. If loop is moving from A to B, if current also flows from A to B, then it is treated as fall in potential. Figure number 1. Current flows from A to B, loop direction is also from A to B, then fall in potential. In second condition, loop direction is A to B, but current flows in opposite direction, that is from P to A. In such situation, it is referred as rise in potential. It is treated as positive. Third condition, for EMF sources, that is battery. In battery condition, it depends on only loop direction. Current is nowhere considered. Hence, how the loop direction is considered? Number 1, from A to B. If loop direction is A to B, higher potential to lower potential, it is referred as fall in potential. Last condition, again loop direction is taken from A to B. Now I change the sign of EMF source, that is lower potential to higher potential. So that is called rise in potential. Very easy to remember. Today you start practicing, you keep in mind, because you are using the calculators, we are getting answers. You use the positive, you use the negative. All data are going to give answers, but correct solution of the problem depends upon proper signs. Proper sign, either fall in potential or rise in potential. Practice. Now you can enjoy one simple problem. Later on we have to solve more number of problems. Very simple problem as per today's class. There is a 10 volts battery is there. It is connected to 5 ohms resistors, which results a closed loop. A, B, C, D, A is a closed loop. Then I be the current. Let I be the current. Applying KVL, we have to write. See there, current is moving, current is flowing from A to B. Loop direction is also from A to B. Hence, there is a fall in potential. I into R, I is there, R is 5 ohms, that is minus 5I, plus again second resistance value is 5, current flowing is I, again current moving from B to C, loop direction is also from B to C, hence fall in potential plus minus pi y. Next, D to A, there is no resistance, but there is a EMF source. So loop direction, we are moving from D to A, negative to positive, that is rise in potential, plus 10 equal to 0. You develop the expression, remove the common sign, finally we are getting 10I equal to 10. So I equal to 1 ampere. So you understand thoroughly, close the notebook, practice such type of problems. You develop yourself, you can practice number of problems to understand your level. So I will give in next class more number of problems. Thank you sirs to one and all.